In this lesson, we're going to discuss the Layout tab within a project. Please note that when you first create a project, the project's resolution and orientation is set when you first create that project. So let's get to the Layout tab. What this shows you is a page example, and here's where you could add your overlay regions, your crawl lines. So you have two on the top and two on the bottom available to you, as well as a logo bug. So if you wanted to add maybe a bottom crawl here, we would go New Region, bottom of the screen, and then that's going to add that region down there. On the right is where that region's properties are, so we can go ahead and adjust those. Maybe we want the region a little taller, maybe 60 pixels high. We want our crawl speed to go fast, and maybe we want a background in there instead of transparent, so you could go ahead and go to the default background section, and you can go with a solid color or a ramp. A ramp is simply a gradient, and then you can apply a transparency if you like. Let's go ahead and do that as well. And then lastly, we have our text appearance. I'm going to keep it the same for this example here. Next, we have the ability to add a logo. So if you want to go add a logo, you hit New Region up here, choose Logo, hit OK, and then that would bring up the logo properties for that region, and your library pops up. So if you wanted to add a logo, make sure your logo has been uploaded to your library. And let's go into here, choose our logo, and we'll just choose this bunny right here, and then that's going to put that on the screen. Now once you have chosen the logo, you could actually come in and adjust its offset. Maybe you want it moved up right over here a little bit more, so we type maybe 50 pixels in there and maybe 50 vertical offset, and there you go. We also have some visual effects options which allow you to, if I turn that off, you'll see it's white behind there. I'm using a PNG file, so I'm using the alpha, using the source. Alpha means transparency. We could also use our own slider and key color if we wanted to. And that's it for adding a logo. Now let's add a upper region for time and date. So we go New Region again. This time we'll choose top of the screen, hit OK, and then that puts that at very top of the screen. So what we want to do is, in our graphic we have a space for time and date, so we need to move that down. So we come to our offsets, and we'll move our top offset down maybe 20 pixels. It looks like we could almost double that. There you go. And let's just adjust our text and appearance. Let's get rid of all the shadows and just kind of make that a nice gray color. And that looks pretty good. So time and date will just be right up in here. In the next lesson, what we'll do is we'll discuss how to add time and date as well as your crawling content in your crawl regions. Now before we discuss adding content to your overlay regions, let's discuss how the Layout tab works with additional pages. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close this sample project, get into our Demo University, we'll go to our Layout tab, and then let's just start going by each page. And now you'll see your regions have been overlaid on each page, so you can see what that looks like on each individual page. So remember, overlay region crawl lines as well as logo will overlay on each page within a project. Thank you.